Wow, who says 我爱你?
You already see that. 谢谢你 .2655，你爱 Maria 还是爱我we will invite our another co-founder Emily to join us today. I see like many friends are joining us. Welcome. So we're going to start today. We're going to start on both Instagram and also YouTube. So hello viewers on YouTube and on Instagram. So today we're going to have this event here to hang out with GoEast co-founders and me. And I want, if you are following GoEast channels on both Instagram or on YouTube, you would know me or you will see me like quite many times. My name is Dan, and I'm GoEast community manager. So I organize the events with our teachers. So we're going to start the event on YouTube now because we're celebrating our 5,000 followers. Yeah, so we started to like working on our GoEast events, and we now we gained more than 5,000 followers. Thank you, everyone. And this is Emily. Welcome, Emily. 跟大家打个招呼吧。Say hi.
大家好。我看到 Hannah 来了，是我们的老同学 Hannah 嘛 ？Hannah，你好。
What's your YouTube channel? Our YouTube channel is GoEast Mandarin. Yeah, you can check our YouTube channel as well because we have more longer videos on YouTube. Yeah. So, and also we share a lot of content on both platforms. And this is our first time on Instagram and on Instagram. And welcome everyone. So we're going to start our event. And today's event is going to be about GoEast or any questions about how GoEast founded, or about our personal stories, or even about like Chinese learning and also about Chinese culture. Any questions are welcome. So you can type in the chat box, this comment section, or you can ask us questions. All right. So today we invited like our guests here today, Emily and Maria, and they're both co-founders of GoEast, and today they are going to share the story, how they meet and how they founded GoEast, and share some learning tips with you guys. And if you have been following GoEast YouTube channel, you must know Emily. And she's with us like all the time, and she's also part of the marketing team, and the things that you're seeing, like a lot of is Emily's job. And this is Maria, and Maria is our sales manager, language consultant manager. And she's if you want to start your learning journey, she's the one to help. Yeah. So I see your question. 你们来自哪儿? I'm in Shanghai at the GoEast like base. Yeah, and you can see their backgrounds are similar, so I will let them tell you where they're located.
好，谢谢 Ken Sardy 的问题我是浙江人 ，so if you're talking about my hometown， 我是浙江人你们知道浙江吗 ？It's south to Shanghai 现在我不在中国 ，Now I'm not in China， 我在加拿大I'm in Canada。Maria 你呢？
大家好，我是四川人。Sichuan is the province in China where we have a lot of panda and we eat a lot of spicy food. 四川人。现在我不在中国，我在加拿大。Now I'm not in China either. I'm in Canada working with Emily for a few weeks, and then I will go back to China.
Yeah, so they're from different parts of China, but now they're both in Canada. Yeah. So, but I'm based in Shanghai. I'm like holding on the GoEast base. So today, we're going to like I said before, that we're going to share a lot of things with you guys today. But I'm sure you have a lot of questions while you're listening to us. You can interact with us, like type any questions you have. So we will get to it, and we also have. We will also have a Q&A session, so you can leave your questions. We will answer them. Yes，来
两名
两名女老师都在加拿大，对，他们都在加拿大。Yusuf，你在中国？Probably
在中国好。我们learn conversational Chinese, right? That's why we're here. We're going to teach you how to learn conversational Chinese fast.
Yes. So we will share a lot about learning Chinese learnings today. So we're going to before we started today's event, we already gathered some questions from our fellow students and also a lot of followers. They have a lot of questions they want to ask us. So without further ado, and I will get today's event started. Yeah, and type your questions. All right. So, I gathered a question. First question. Yeah, it's actually it's from one of our students. He asked about how. First, it's about learning. So first we will share some our insights about Chinese learning. So first, it's about pronunciation. So this student asked, is there any sneaky tricks that you can like help your Chinese tones, because he thinks Chinese tones are really difficult to master. So yeah, are there any sneaky tricks that you can help to offer?
Yeah, that's a really good question. I guess anyone who starts learning Chinese, maybe tones are the first challenge you guys have. And I know like a lot of Go students spend a lot of time practicing tones. And today I'm going to share one thing we actually learned from the past over 10 years teaching and learning. It's like a lot of students can have excellent tones for individual words, okay? But they have difficulty when they pronouncing correct tones in natural speech, which is in sentences and in dialogues. And at GoEast, we actually care more about the second one. Like, even if you have very good individual tones, when you really speak, your tone still sounds so foreign to Chinese people. So the first trick I want to share you, or the most important one, is instead of learning tones individually or in isolation, try to learn tones in sentence flows, which means it's like really imitate the right tone, right? Like not like an individual character, but like the chunk you're going to use, like 谢谢你 together, not just 谢, okay? Or 再说一遍, say it one more time together. It's like the chunk you're going to use. Or the other thing very important is practice the whole sentence together. So, and that's how we help our students really manage tone, become tones master in GoEast as well. Like we really emphasize you know all the stress, the tonal differences for the ready to use chunks or sentences you are going to actually speak in real life. So that's a trick I want to share with you guys. So if you want to practice, do it the same way. Do you anything to add, Maria and Dan?
Yeah, for me, it's fine. I saw the question one student asked about how to use 果然.
Oh.
Did you see the question?
Oh.
Yeah, I'm thinking about like for this question, I was thinking about an example. 果然 is an adverb that to show that something is just as you expected. So for example, we told you that learning Chinese is not so difficult. Then you start learning with GoEast, and then you find, oh, as I expected it's not so difficult. The sentence could be 我开始跟 GoEast 学中文，中文果然不太难。Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Maria, for answering the question. And Emily really showed us the tricks. And I
hope those tricks will help you to
be
not be afraid of the tones anymore.
Yeah, and and the same the question from the same student actually, and he's been learning Chinese for a long time, like for like 3 years. Oh, that's a long time. And he wants to know about the motivation. Like, have you ever like had like, or you have any go students, or you had like those days that you don't feel like learning, keep learning, and how do you motivate yourselves, or how do other students motivate themselves, like go through these powerful difficult days?
Oh,
Maria, do you have any
yeah,
answers for that?
I have some feelings to share about this topic. Like personally, as a Chinese teacher teaching Chinese for almost 16 years now, I personally enjoy my teaching and I don't feel this kind of demotivation too much. But I've seen students from time to time feeling that they are not making enough progress. So they feel like, okay, I invest so much time in this, but I didn't see the progress as I expected. So in this kind of case, we need to set back a bit and to find some tips to help yourself to find the motivation to keep learning, because we don't want to give up on what efforts we've made there, right? So first tip is to find the facts that you made progress. So for example, when you feel like frustrated finding the progress you made, you can look back. For example, 3 months before or 6 months ago, 1 year ago, where were you and what was your language skill like? For example, for now, some students in the class they cannot understand 100% understand by listening. But thinking about like 6 months before, 3 months before, you need the teacher to type all the sentences. You need to see them to understand. And now you understand some already. So then you feel like, oh, I did make progress. So 第一个 tip 就是你要去找一些 facts， 一些证据，看到你的进步。And then the second thing is to set up some funny and interesting like rules for yourself to get information from outside, not just by yourself or by your teacher. You have more proof from different directions. So for example, at the beginning level, you can set up a goal to say, I need to order food in Chinese, and I need to let the waiter or waitress know that I'm allergic to peanut. Right? Then you will feel, oh, really, I made it. And for higher level students, for example, I taught some of my students to sing a Chinese song at the annual party, or have a Chinese speech to the Chinese employees and make them laugh. And then you feel like, oh, I can do something in Chinese now. And the third one, 第三个 tip 就是你享受每一堂课。No matter the teacher or the student, you need to learn how to enjoy every class. So the learning Chinese is not becoming very frustrating. Instead, it's something you look forward to every week. Like some of our students said, Chinese class is the highlight of their after-work life. So I think that's something you can even make progress without realizing it. Yeah, that's the 3 tips I want to share.
So Maria shared 3 tips. I hope those tips will help you to go through those difficult days yourself. Yeah. So I hope the students will see this live and also the tips. Next 30 seconds. Thank you. Oh, Maria, 很高兴可以给你提供 tips. Very happy to offer those tips.
Yes.
All right. So the next one, I think next question. Before I started like this live event, I read the question, and I thought, this is not a question, just for Mandarin learners, Chinese learners. It's for all language learners because we've all been there. So there's like when you're speaking, there always like some awkward pause that you're standing there and you're thinking what to say. You almost not very fluent. So how can you like keep the conversation like flowing, like very fluently? So this is some questions, not just for Chinese learner, for all the language learners. So you can maybe Emily, can you share some tips or insights for this conversation fluency?
Oh, okay. To make you feel like you're really like fluent, right? In conversations. So I think the ultimate like way would be like to actually really increase your language fluency and your level. But like there's also some quick tips we can share. So the first one is, it seems I have some weird echoes, right? That word is like I think when me and Maria speak, there's some echoes. Can you guys hear that? Oh no, it's okay. Like is there some echoes? No, right?
我能听到一点杂音。I heard some noise.
Okay, I'll try to fix it soon.
Maybe you can like move closer to you. Maybe it will be better.
I think when Maria speaks, there's something like that too. The echoes. Yeah. Okay, so the tips. So the first one, I go through quick. Pause like a pro. So even if you need to pause, you think about it instead of being really panicked. Take a deliberate pause. Okay, like you planned it. To show like you're giving like the thought to the response. So you can prepare some words ahead, like 让我想一想 Let me think about it. Even if you are slowing down the conversation, people think like you're actually really like fluent, right? Because you are responding to them, and then you have the time to think about that. Okay, the first tip, to pause, to stop like a pro, using words like 让我想一想. Okay, this is the first trick. And the second one goes, we always encourage our students to embrace fillers. Okay, filler words. So typical filler words in Chinese is like like in English. 是啊 like will. 是啊 你知道的 你知道吗 like you know, those ones. So and then the third classic one in Chinese. 这个那个 Okay, so if you use those words, right? Like give you a moment to gather your thoughts. Of course, you don't want to use overuse them, but use a few would be really great. Okay, so what's the second tip? To embrace filler words. And the third one is actually to share your journey with the partner you're having the conversation. It is okay to mention that you're still a beginner, or you just learned the Chinese first 3 months or even 1 year. So you still need them to speak slowly, or you will respond. It kind of takes a little bit time. Those are totally fine. So you can use sentences like 我刚开始学中文 I just started learning Chinese. 我刚开始学中文 or 我学中文只学了1年 I only learned for 1 year. 我学中文只学了1年 Okay, so those really like give people to really understand that you're just a learner, and they will appreciate this, and they will often really offer the encouragement to you. So that's a really great thing. And the last one, the tip I want to share with you is that don't hesitate to ask for help. It's okay to ask for help because you're a learner, right? So you can just say like 这个中文怎么说？这个中文怎么说 ？How can I express this in Chinese？这个中文怎么说？Believe me, Chinese people will be very happy to offer you. So those are the 4 tricks I can share with you.
Oh, thank you, Emily. Okay, I think that's very useful, because those tricks can help you like to talk more fluently and make the conversation more like flowy. It will sound more natural. All right. So yeah, this is oh, I have the next question ready actually. The next question, oh, I think a lot of Chinese learners have the similar questions because this question is about HSK. I think people are here, our followers, you must know about HSK. So HSK, which is it's a system for to assess your Chinese levels. So about this HSK, is it like a must have milestone for Chinese learners, or is it more like what kind of role is HSK plays in this Chinese learning journey? So maybe Maria, you have some answers to that.
好的，HSK 不是 must have certificate or milestone. So it's not a must have milestone for every Chinese learner, but it is a good option as a milestone if you don't have other reliable standards to confirm your progress. 为什么呢? Why? First, the HSK certificate is the official standard and the official certificate. So whenever you want to tell people where you are for the level, elementary or intermediate, you have the good reference. And the second thing is for HSK, it has a very structured vocabulary and also grammar system. So it's a good guidance for you for your learning instead of random topics practice. And third is sometimes maybe you don't need the certificate, but passing the exam will definitely give you a good feeling of your success for the certain period of learning. And it's actually there are some potential usage you can apply from the certificate. For example, in Shanghai, when you achieve certain level HSK certificate, you will gain certain points for working visa. So it's like this kind of case, or when in the future you plan to study in China in any Chinese university, this certificate can help you to have more options to choose what major and working experience to get the scholarship from the university. It does have some practical usage, potential ones if you plan to study or work in China.
Thank you. Yeah, so we can see this is not a must-have like a certificate, but it can be like a little milestone, and it can bring you some other benefits. So yeah, this also would have a good effect on your learning journey and your career journey probably. Yeah, so this is about HSK. Do you guys have any questions about the question about HSK or other questions? Oh, so I saw a question like can I make HSK exam online? Maria?
Yes. For HSK, you have a few options. We have online option in the test center where you take the exam on the computer, and also you can do handwriting with the paper in the test center. Some of the countries and provinces offer like a home test. For this one, you need 2 devices to prove that you are they can see from the angle that you are alone and you are not cheating. And for this case, you need to pay extra. And it's now, especially during COVID, it's accessible in many countries. But I saw that nowadays it's with less access. So some of the provinces and countries post this home test option. So you need to go to the official website based on where you are and then check which center and what kind of test they are offering.
Hmm. Yeah, there are online lessons, and you need to check the information on the official website. That's the
Yes.
best way. Yeah. All right. Thank you, Maria, for sharing with us. Uh, oh, I see there are more friends coming. 大家好，欢迎你们。Yeah. All right. So the next question actually it's a little bit tricky, and it's from our very loyal student. He has been learning with GoEast like for more than 5 years, but he has this question. Okay, I think it's going to be a challenge for Emily. So he asks, if GoEast is a dish at a language learning buffet, now what flavor would it offer? Then the other schools might be missing. Okay, so yeah, that can be a tricky question for Emily. Let's see.
A language learning buffet. 语言学习自助餐. Oh, I like this idea. So you're at a buffet with different schools and choices, right? Like apps or recorded video lessons. Oh, so if it's like that, I think I will regard GoEast as a boutique restaurant. So we're very different from others, I think. So I think the food we're going to provide, the style would be very polished. I would call it Asian fusion. So it's not like a plain dish, but like kind of a blend of West and East, a blend of modern and the tradition. That would be like the style GoEast has. So probably we first will present with some personalized platter. So with like because we know like every learners has its own appetite, right? So we don't feel like one dish will fit at all. So we will offer very customized appetizer, like our learning plans to different learners. So that's the first dish we probably will offer. And for those kind of dish, we probably added the spice, which we call the tech spice, because GoEast will really embrace technology. So, for example, our first event is also it's about how to use ChatGPT to learn Chinese, right? So I think let's kind of touch. It's in the gene of GoEast. We really we're the first school actually back in 2017 to provide online lessons and a very well-developed online platform. And we also like kind of offer multiple media resources for our students to learn. So not just the traditional textbook. We have videos like flashcards, culture articles, and a lot of events like this to help students to learn. And then I would say our chef, those are very skilled ones and with passion. So like they're not like kind of like one dish, and they don't want to innovate. They also want to try if they want to add a new flavor to things. And they want to prepare their the course. Yeah, it is like of the course of the food and the courses of lessons with great passion, great insights, and also a touch of humor. So I think those are the flavors you might want to find at the GoEast, and you can find them most of the places out there.
Well, that sounds really intriguing. As if GoEast is a restaurant, I would be like a regular customer. Yeah, it's very nice food. Yeah. All right. So that was really yeah, that's a really good answer, and make me a little bit hungry right now. Yeah. Yeah, and yeah, so these are the questions I gathered, like for ask for some learning tips, and some ask for some questions from Maria and Emily's teaching experience. Yeah, like we started like they're both co-founders, but they're now I introduced like they're doing marketing jobs and help students with their learning journey. But they started because they shared like very professionally, because they started as Mandarin teachers for many years. So they're like the OG of Mandarin teaching, right? So they have a lot of experience to share with you guys. And also, since they've been doing this, they started GoEast like more than 10 years ago. at GoEast, we're not just teaching you Mandarin, we're teaching you Mandarin and Chinese culture as well. So everything is like a big dish in a in GoEast boutique restaurant, right? So today also there are some students, they asked some questions about the culture shock. So because we have students from all over the world, and they when they first started learning Chinese, or when they first come to China, they experience a culture shock. So she wants you to share what are the funniest culture shock moments where you're bridging east to and the east and the west. So through your teaching journey. So can you share with us? Maybe start with Emily.
Yeah, so maybe we can continue with the food topic. I think when I was listening to this, and the first thing come to my mind is actually about food sharing when you eat together with your students. Others so two things I think I want to share with so first is once I brought some students and some my Chinese family and friends together to eat. And then there's this one very professional, I think a very high ranked expat in Shanghai, and very elegant. But when the food is served, he actually took all the plates, and then put all the food into one plate, his own plate, and started eating. And all the Chinese were shocked, right? Because in China, you like family style sharing food. So every dish is there and you took a few bites, right? You can't do that into your own plate. So it's a very interesting thing because this person is well dressed, but then all the Chinese people were really shocked. And the other one related to that is so to show Chinese hospitality, usually the owner or the host will keep giving you food. And I know in some cultures, you cannot leave food on your plate, right? So there's one thing, this Chinese host just keep adding food to somebody's plate. And the student, she keeps eating. And then really at the moment, she was I need to go to the hospital. It's too much. So I think those kind of things are kind of would be really it's interesting, but also it gives you less kind of impression you will never forget. So to learn not just the language, but also all those kind of manners and the cultural things are really important. So we really like to integrate all those things to our lessons.
That's a funny moment. I hope he's okay after that. Yeah. And Maria, do you have some funny moments to share with us?
Yes, I want to share a case that just not just happened to me, but also to other teachers and students I heard from. So the case started with a sentence, 你今天看起来很累. Today you look quite tired. So for Chinese people to share your caring, we usually say this. We see the negative part of this. You look tired. Are you okay? You look pale. But for foreign culture, for Western culture, now I know people feel quite offended because their interpretation about this is so you think I'm not smart today. 今天我不聪明, or I'm not doing well in the class today, or 我上课上得不好. So that's quite opposite meaning, right? So the teacher's intention is to show we care about you, and if you need any help, anything we need to adjust in the class, I'm very happy to do that. Or sometimes it's just even just warm up conversation. But the student starts to feel at the very beginning, you already think I'm not smart today. Yeah. So even nowadays, I still hear some teachers who say this to the students. I said, oh, no, we should not say this.
Yeah.
Similar would be 你胖了，对不对? Chinese people really like to comment after a long time not seeing somebody. 你胖了,
Yes.
Chubbier, today, after a while.
Yeah.
And then actually, especially the older generation, is a way to complement, like you actually
Yes.
had a great nutrition, like a healthier lifestyle. But I think a lot of
Yeah.
Westerners will be offended, like what? Like you judge my appearance, right? And also in such a way.
Yeah, always we say 好久不见，你胖了。Long time no see, you gained weight.
Yeah, that's quite common in Chinese culture. Yeah, my mom always say that to me after a while when she sees me.
My mom
Yeah.
actually said the opposite. She said 好久不见，你还没胖。So it's long time no
Yeah.
see, but you haven't gained weight. That's not okay. You look unhealthy.
Yeah, as you guys can see, Maria is not pang. Pang. Yeah. So yeah, I understand your mom because if you are keep losing weight, Chinese parents always like they worry that because you're not around them, they don't know how is your life. Are you like
Yeah.
doing well? So if you lost weight, they're worried sometimes. So yeah, that's also one way to show love. Yeah. All right. So that's these are the funny moments, and yeah, and I'm sure you guys probably also have some like culture shock moments you can share with us as well. See, like maybe you experience something different with us. Yeah. So you can share with us on the chat box or the comments. Yeah. All right. So the next questions I have prepared is like about the cultural misconceptions. Like we different cultures always have this misconceptions of each other. Oh, yeah. So Meng, like Daixing has experienced it as well. Yeah. All right. So about the cultural misconceptions, like before we really get to know a culture, so we always have some like stereotypes or misconceptions of the culture. So through these years, like we also have a lot of learners have some misconceptions about China. So what are those, and how does GoEast or how did GoEast to help to clarify these misconceptions? Maybe you can share with us, Emily.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so it is very common, right, to have some stereotypes or just have some pre-ideas about a culture or a place. So based on our experience, I would share the top two maybe we experienced. So the first one, a lot of students who came to learn Chinese or to China with like a one concept, like it's like I want to learn like a Chinese culture and it's just one culture. Or I want to learn things like how to do business with China, but talking about all the Chinese people. So I like, but the reality is China is incredibly diverse. Okay, that's this one thing I want you guys to keep in mind. Like China is like with multiple ethnicities, languages, dialects, and original customs. So it's not just one go and for all. There's like so many details can add to that. So how at GoEast we help to overcome these misconceptions and make like your insights and your business or your studying journey in China more smooth. It's like we really provide cultural workshops and we try to tell, like each teacher is from a different region, so they will really bring out the uniqueness or like the distinctiveness of that place to add to the class or the whole experience. We also host like discussions and invite guest speakers to showcase there's the various parts and aspects of Chinese with different regions. So that's the first one. And the second stereotype we have is about economic stereotypes. So a lot of students, like the learners we met, they only associate China with economic growth and modernization, especially when you are in Shanghai, right? GoEast headquarters, GoEast campuses are in Shanghai. So this part is exciting for sure, right? The economic growth, things like that, the modern part of China. Actually, we really like that part because at GoEast we have a slogan, like GoEast Mandarin is a modern Chinese learning. We want to show you the modern technology, the modern way of learning contemporary Chinese. So we incorporate a lot of like, for example, Chinese slangs. That's actually our next event. Like we really want those kind of like you keep up with the trends, the society. But at the same time, I want to say like when you learn Chinese and the culture, don't overlook its history, its culture, and its philosophy and its arts. Those are deep roots into Chinese philosophy, and it keeps continuing to shape its society now. So how GoEast helps with that is we provide cultural programs and events like to really expose learners like you to traditional arts, calligraphy, painting, philosophy, and as long as all those modern new technology and society phenomena. So you can fostering developing a very rounded aspects and understanding of China beyond just its economic aspects. So those are the two things I want to share.
Oh, thank you, Emily. Yeah. So these do you guys have any questions about the Chinese culture or about learning tips? Do you have any questions we can help to answer right now? And actually, I saw a question before, about Chinese. Let me check. All right. So, okay, there's a question. Let me. Oh. So, is our sound better now, or is it still echo you're hearing? Okay. I think the sound is getting a bit better, right? All right. So I will gather the questions later, guys. Sorry, guys. So about the culture and also about GoEast. About some Chinese learning tips, because today we're hanging out with GoEast, not just teachers and co-founders as well. So I gathered quite many questions about you guys, about our co-founders and about GoEast, because you two, we were not sure. There's some student ask like, what are your stories? How did you guys meet? And also about like how do you balance your work and family? Because you know. As I know, like Emily has a family with a really lovely daughter and handsome husband, and Maria having a quite a life here in Shanghai has a lot of activities. So first question, like there are some a student asked, how do you balance the teaching, the culture, and also like, sorry guys. So how do the first question is like, how do you balance your work, and also how do you balance your life? Maybe Maria first.
Maybe I can. Okay, I will go first. So I think for me, it's quite easy because I really like what I'm doing. And I always feel lucky to have this job and to have the team to work with and to have these lovely students I can teach from all over the world. So I love this part. But what I heard from many of my friends, it's a lot of complaining about their boss, their colleagues, their customers. So it always made me feel even luckier. So, oh, I'm doing very well with my job. So it's not very difficult to find it's easy for me to be determined and also very committed to what I'm doing. But in the meantime, the way I find myself for relaxing to gain energy back is to do some sports. So out of work, I'm doing a lot of sports like going to gym and also playing ultimate frisbee. That's my favorite sport. So I think it's quite easy for me after I get enough exercise. I find myself more energetic, and then I have more passion in teaching. So it's quite easy for me. But for Emily, I think it's probably more challenging.
I was wondering why the student asked this question. Is it because of the prejudice, or like not real prejudice? It's real. Like Chinese people work too hard. So you're asking about how do we balance work and life? but I think like yeah. Maybe all the GoEast people, right? All the GoEast teachers give our students an impression of like we're working really hard. So whenever you want to have a lesson, we're always available. And it's okay to like have lessons at our early time or evening time or weekends. I think one thing is like we truly love our work. Like all of our like teachers like take teaching Chinese as a career, right? It's not just like a hobby or something. That's their career path. Like their passion, like their real passion. But one thing is like if you really love your work, you don't really the work doesn't really drain all your energy. But in a sense, it provides you with energy. That's what a lot of our teachers told us. Like every time they're in front of their students, they just feel automatically turned on. And that's true for me and Maria as well. And that's the first thing. And the other thing is like we try to. I think when we first started, to be honest, we really not like the Xiaomeng said here, not just the 996 right? 99, 6 days a week. It's it's actually really we work 12 hours a day and 7 days a week, like for real. But also like me and Maria, we also lived in the same Xiaoqi, the same area. So even if we hang out as our best girlfriends, because we're best friends from university, I don't know if you guys know that. Oh. Like when we're doing like a kind of leisure activities, we would be talking about work like after 3 minutes. We're just gonna help. But I think once like ours like become bigger and we know like a lot of like teachers have families, not just like young people in their 20s anymore. Like you have other responsibilities. We try to really reduce working hours to a more reasonable time. So I think that's also like from company policy or the way how you arrange your team. Like we can do lessons during weekends and weekdays, and a lot of flexibility hours is because we have over 80 teachers, right? So we can balance like if we want our schedule. It's not like this teacher. It's like yeah, I always see there, right? Listen, 因为我住在纽约，所以我和我的老师有时差 of time difference。我希望他们工作和生活平衡。Yeah, yeah, that's also what our students want. I think that's so nice of our students. They also really take into consideration of their teachers' life as well. Yeah. So the thing is like GoEast adapts the blended working policy from very early, I think. So it's like not you have to go to the office all the time. So you can there's at least 2 days you can work from home out of the 5 days. And then like also like if you're remote working like me, you can actually choose your working schedule. So for me, I work my mornings and my evenings. So I have my afternoon like that, which I really love, right? Because like on a Monday afternoon, you can go to a tourism spot and find no one there. Yeah. So that's what I think. Like it needs like a whole company policy and the efforts to help individuals to balance life and work. That's the other perspective I want to share.
Oh wow, thank you. And actually, yeah, I do understand why students ask this question. Yeah, because GoEast most teachers, like GoEast teachers, they're based in China. Maybe not just in Shanghai. They're from different places, but like we're like almost when you need us, we're always there, like to answer questions like really fast. Yeah. So that's why they're wondering not just about you guys, about GoEast teachers as well, probably. Yeah. Yeah. So actually, Emily just actually revealed the answer to my next question. Yeah, there's a question like asked like, how did you guys meet? And so Emily mentioned a little bit. So they met in college, but how did you? Were you classmates? So can you like tell us a little bit more?
Yeah, we are actually. So we're I think we became really good friends from day one in university back in 2006. Wow, so almost 20 years, right? Yeah. Like yeah, I think like I was really at lost at first day, and Maria was the first person offered the help, and I was very touched. And then like we really clicked afterwards. Yeah. Maria, do you want to add something?
I think we became very good friends from day one and also very good business partners because we have quite different personalities and also different way of working and thinking. So that's very good thing to match. So it's not just the one thing. So it's that just not just always we agree with each other. We have our own thinking and we evaluate the whole thing to see what's the best for us individually and also for our team, for the business. So even almost 20 years, we work very well. We don't have to agree on everything, but we are still the best friends and also very, very good business partners. I think that's very rare case, a very lucky situation for us. We saw so many entrepreneurs who started their business with us and then became an enemy in the end. And you can see from their own moments, they were fighting and then they were saying bad things about each other. But we feel so lucky it didn't happen to us so far. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm. That's right, and because as the Chris, how you can feel the relationship between each other is really nice, and we actually we can feel that you have different backgrounds and different personalities, and we learned like how to work around the different like working styles and like social styles. Yeah, so
Yeah.
yeah, and also like we know that you guys are college college mates and classmates, so you have like very different backgrounds and from different places and different personalities. Like is like how is your experience and backgrounds like shaped like Go East, like or this how Go East will be like as a language school?
Hmm. I think Maria just shared we have a lot of differences, but like why we can be together as best of friends and good business partners for so long. I think deep down, for the very fundamental things, we have a lot of similarities from our background and the values we believe in. So I think both of us grow up in a very small village in China, but with like tons of love around. And we actually we are both top students, not to brag, but we're really good at studying when we were young, like in China, and we did an excellent job in the Chinese Gaokao. So we both went to the top university in China like easily. And then also we're top students in that university as well. And also we experienced a lot of cross-culture relationships and also like marriages as well. So marriage, before marriage. So yeah, like so I think those kind of like common thing, like for us, and I think when we first started, there's one thing also very important. Is like so I said that we're very good at the exams, right? So, but we enter this university, Beijing Foreign Studies University, which is a top one for language studies in China. So our English score at that time was excellent from the paper. But when we went to that university, our spoken English, we found out it's terrible. Like compared to other like schoolmates who've been like really being abroad, not growing up in a village. So we had to practice English like every day at 6 o'clock in the school garden, just to really encourage each other. So I think what makes us thinking like language learning, the most important is actually to really use it in reality, right? And also to have a partner who encourage you, like me and Maria, and also our teachers, to be honest, they really focused on us, because we always sit at the first row in classes. That's also our personality. So I think all those things really shape the GoEast as like in GoEast we really emphasize real people, real progress. So that's one thing we really emphasize. Like one of our philosophy is like the teachers need to establish real connections with the students, and to be the cheerleader, to be the energy booster, like for the students. So I think GoEast is the only skill out there. Probably if you find a life skills, we want you, the students, the teacher, to provide personal contact information like WeChat or Instagram account to their students. So between lessons, they can also share like personal stories and like encourage each other, like kind of well. So I think that really like shape that. And the other thing is like we really emphasize real life applications, practical conversations. So all of our courses can be it's fall into the framework of HSK, right? Like so if you take HSK, all the vocabulary, grammars you learn would be within that skill. But the way we teach and we design our curriculum and lessons, from day one we focus on speaking. So we want you to, like I shared with the tones, right? It's not just about the tones, it's about how you use those things in real sentences and conversations. And we give you those tricks, how you can actually out there to really speak with confidence from day one. And we share like with you how those kind of small milestones so you keep motivated, because learning is not easy. Learning alone, usually you will give up. But with a whole team of support and cheerleading, and also provide the right path to you, and also we really emphasize there's a global community, right? We like our students to know each other, to encourage each other. So I think all those things fundamentally probably there's something like me and Maria's personal experience. But the whole GoEast believes in that, and all of our other teachers really sincerely also contribute to keep shaping GoEast in that way.
Well, that's a good sharing, and it's also inspiring, because yes, well, because we a lot of teachers, they work at GoEast, especially I know there are a lot of viewers, you are not in Shanghai. You have some of you probably you have been into Shanghai office. You can feel like GoEast teachers are like a really good team. It's loving, and also like teachers and students have really good relationship. I think there's a key point about GoEast teachers. They're not just only good at teaching Chinese, they're also good at sharing, and also they're very open-minded. They're taking all different cultures and learning habits, so we treat each other as like equal, like we respect each other. I think that's the most important thing for GoEast teachers. So that's why not just to students, and also to our fellow colleagues. So we enjoyed working at GoEast. So, and I think Maria's and Emily's experience, and also their like beliefs, that's also not just shaped GoEast as a school, is also as a company. So I can speak for my fellow colleagues. Yeah. So yeah, that's very inspiring. And also and Daixing Mandarin said, beautifully said. Yeah. And Mandarin is also our partner. We work together on some content and working together. So you guys can follow GoEast and also Mandarin. Yeah, we're both sharing contents. All right. So this will be. We shared a lot of stories today. Actually, we're almost running out of time. But at the end, I really want to ask Maria a question. If you like, if you today is like an event, like when we finish, and also I want you to wrap up it's a challenge. I want you to wrap up with a Chinese song. What song would like come up to in your mind that you would like think this is a song that can describe Go East
Wow.
or how you feel? Yeah.
Yeah, if I'm hosting a karaoke night, actually I did a lot for this time. People really enjoyed it. So people who haven't been to a karaoke night in China yet, if you come here, it's a must experience thing. So the song I would like to choose in Chinese, it's 最初的梦想. We can translate into like our first dreams, things, yeah, like that. So I like this song because of the lyrics that conveys the idea that despite anticipating various obstacles and setbacks, it's important not to abandon our aspirations. So this idea applies to the situation of establishing a school from the ground up, where challenges persist, yet the determination to build connections between China and the world remains unwavering. So similarly, it is also the notions that can stay with our students who are learning Chinese language with on and off experience. So the key lies in sustaining our dreams and inner drive, so which I believe it will inevitably lead to progress. So yeah, so if people are interested, you can try to listen to this song 最初的梦想.
最初的梦想. Maybe I can type in the chat box.
Yes.
It's a really good song. And maybe a little bit old.
Yeah. It tells my age.
Yeah, I typed it in the chat box. Yeah, so 最初的梦想, I think it's like early 2000s song. Yeah, so but it was really, really popular and inspiring. Like I think I remember we sing a lot of those when we were like graduating from high school or middle school. Yeah, it's kind of like a theme song for that back but maybe 10-15 years ago.
Yeah.
So this is a good song, and I think Maria did a really good job on this one. Yeah, 最初的梦想. I really hope you guys can find this song and listen to it. Like it's a slow song, and the language is maybe not too difficult.
Yeah.
You can try to listen and try to see if you can get what does it mean. Yeah. All right. So actually, this is our event for today, and we're really happy to have you guys to join us tonight. But actually, we prepared a little gift like for the person who will who can there's a prize that you can win. There are few questions, are like very simple questions. So I want you guys like I will send you a link that you can click so you can do a survey, and there are some questions. So when you finish the questions, correct the most correct answers and also the fastest, so we will offer you 2 free one-on-one lessons with GoEast teachers. Yeah. All right, so I will put the link in the chat box so you see if you can see it, and click the link. I will share the link on both YouTube and also on Instagram, so you can see and click the link. All right. So today, we're really happy to have you guys here, and also for this is today is the 31st of August, and today is the last day in China, the last day of the summer vacation. Yeah. So the kids are going to school. I think a lot of moms are happy. Yeah, and some dads are happy too. So we're also GoEast fall semester is also starting. We're like a lot. We have online groups and also groups in Shanghai. We have from beginner to advanced level starting soon in September. In 1 or 2 weeks. So we have more schedules. You can check our GoEast post, and you can we have like a more specific schedule post on that, and you can contact us. We have you can DM on YouTube, or you can leave a comment on YouTube, and you can DM us on Instagram. So we will offer more details to you guys, and well, we will have more events coming on YouTube, and also we will have more events coming on Instagram. So please stay tuned. We will schedule our events, and you will see the notification, and you are welcome to join us anytime you want. And the next week we invited GoEast, one of our GoEast proud students, Miko, and he will come here and share with us about his first book. It's about Chinese. It's about Chinese events, Chinese sports, like how Chinese sports become like a global superpower. If you love to to do sports or to watch sports, you will know like Chinese athletes are showing more faces on the global scenes, and he has this book to share with you guys. So stay tuned next week on Thursday, the same time at 9 p.m. Beijing time. So next week on the 7th of September. So stay tuned and check GoEast channels, and we will post content and all our upcoming events and upcoming groups. So stay tuned. We will see you next week. Thank you, Emily, and thank you, Maria.
Oh, I saw like there's one comment on Instagram. Aaron Donay said, in Israel, students go to school September the 2nd. That's what that means, September the 2nd. Oh, like, yeah, we love those kind of like comments. So yeah, thank you for giving us those. Yeah. Like, hope next ones. This is our first debut. Hope next ones will do better in sounds, and also like to be more interactive with you guys.
All right.
好，谢谢大家啊，大家好好
再见。
下次我们用中文聊天 ，We'll speak more Chinese, hopefully. 好，再见。
再见，大家。